Welcome back to the channel Wisdom of Stoicism. Have you ever noticed that the more you chase something, the harder it becomes to reach? You want success, so you stress over it. You want love, so you overthink it. You want happiness, but you feel anxious about whether you'll ever find it. It's frustrating, isn't it? But what if I told you that the key to getting everything you want in life is to relax? Yes, relax. Breathe. Let go. Because when you stop forcing things, you allow them to come to you naturally. The ancient Stoics understood this better than anyone. They believed that true power comes from a calm and controlled mind. That by mastering your emotions and surrendering to the flow of life, you actually gain more control over your reality. In today's video, we're going to explore how relaxing your mind and embracing Stoic wisdom can help you manifest everything you desire. Whether it's success, love, inner peace, or financial freedom, when you align with the Stoic mindset, you stop pushing against life, and life starts working for you. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to share could change the way you see everything. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more life-changing insights on Stoic philosophy. Now, let's get started. Number 1. The paradox of effort. Have you ever felt like the harder you try, the more things seem to go wrong? You push yourself, work long hours, stress about results, and yet, success feels just out of reach. It's frustrating, isn't it? Now, let me tell you about Alex. Alex was an ambitious guy. He wanted to build a successful business, so he worked day and night. He barely slept. His mind was always racing, worried about deadlines, competition, and whether he was doing enough. But no matter how hard he tried, nothing seemed to work. His business wasn't growing. His relationships were suffering. And worst of all, he felt completely burned out. Then, one day, he came across the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. One quote stood out to him: "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Alex realized something. His biggest problem wasn't the outside world. It wasn't the competition, the deadlines, or the lack of opportunities. His biggest problem was inside his own mind. You see, most people think that effort alone creates success. But the truth is, there's a paradox at play. The more you chase something desperately, the more it eludes you. Think about it. Have you ever struggled to remember something important? The harder you try, the more your mind goes blank. But the moment you relax, the answer suddenly pops into your head. That's the paradox of effort. Stoicism teaches us that true power comes from a calm and focused mind. The more relaxed you are, the more effective you become. Let's break this down. When you're anxious, your brain goes into survival mode. Your thoughts become scattered. You make impulsive decisions. You focus too much on what might go wrong instead of simply taking action. On the other hand, when you relax, you think clearly. You act with confidence. You make better decisions. This is why the greatest leaders in history, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, preached the power of calm control. So, what does this mean for you? It means that if you want to manifest success, you need to stop forcing it. Work hard, yes, but don't obsess over results. Don't stress over things you can't control. Instead, focus on the process. Stay present. Trust that your efforts will pay off in time. It's like planting a seed. You don't sit there anxiously watching it, demanding it to grow faster. You water it, you give it sunlight, and you trust nature to do the rest. Alex finally understood this. He stopped overthinking. He stopped working himself to exhaustion. He created a plan, followed it, and let go of the need for instant success. And guess what? His business started growing. His relationships improved. He felt happier, more confident, and in control. This is the power of letting go. When you stop trying so hard, you allow success to come to you naturally. So, ask yourself, are you forcing success, or are you allowing it to happen? Number 2. The power of letting go. Let me tell you something that will change your life. Most people live in constant tension, always worrying, always overthinking. They try to control everything, their future, their relationships, their success. But the harder they try, the more frustrated they become. It's like gripping a handful of sand. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. The ancient Stoics understood this. They knew that true power comes from letting go, from releasing control over the things we can't change and focusing only on what we can. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said it best: "You only have power over your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Let me give you an example. Imagine two men. Both work in high-pressure jobs. One spends his days worrying about his performance, his boss's opinion, his chances of promotion. He loses sleep, overthinks every decision, and second-guesses himself constantly. His stress levels are sky-high. The other man, he does his best, but then he lets go. He understands that worrying about the outcome won't change anything. He focuses on the present moment, making clear, confident decisions. He sleeps peacefully at night. He trusts that whatever happens, he will handle it. Now, which man do you think is more likely to succeed? The answer is obvious. The second man isn't held back by anxiety. His mind is clear, his actions are decisive. Success follows naturally. This is what the Stoics taught. When you let go of unnecessary worry, you unlock your true potential. Think about your own life. How often do you stress over things you can't control? How often do you replay past mistakes or fear an uncertain future? That stress is holding you back. It is draining your energy and clouding your mind. The key to manifesting the life you want is to release that tension, to stop resisting the flow of life. The Stoics had a phrase for this: amor fati. It means love your fate. Whatever happens, accept it, not with fear, but with strength. See every challenge as an opportunity, every failure as a lesson, every delay as part of a bigger plan. Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, practiced this daily. He faced wars, betrayals, personal losses, yet he remained calm. He wrote in his journal, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Keep your mind at peace." That's the secret. A peaceful mind attracts success. A stressed mind repels it. So, how can you start applying this today? First, when something bothers you, ask yourself, can I control this? If the answer is no, let it go. Don't waste your energy. Second, practice deep breathing. When stress builds up, take a slow, deep breath. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. This resets your nervous system. Third, remind yourself daily. You don't have to chase everything. What is meant for you will come. Stay ready, stay calm, and trust the process. This is how you truly manifest the life you want. Not by forcing things, but by relaxing, staying present, and letting go of what doesn't serve you. Try it. You'll be amazed at how powerful it feels. Number 3. How relaxation enhances manifestation. Now, let's dive into something that might surprise you. Relaxation is not just about feeling good in the moment. It actually helps you manifest what you want in life. You see, when we're constantly stressed or anxious, our brains are in fight or flight mode. We become reactive rather than proactive, and that doesn't leave much room for the clear, creative thinking that's needed to move forward in life. But here's the truth. When we're relaxed, we open ourselves up to opportunities. Think about it like this. Imagine trying to solve a problem while your mind is racing. It's almost impossible, right? But when you take a step back, breathe, and let your mind calm down, suddenly the answers seem to come naturally. It's like you're in the right frame of mind to receive the solutions, ideas, and inspiration that can lead you to the success you desire. Now, you might be thinking, but how does relaxation lead to manifestation? Well, here's where it gets interesting. When you're relaxed, your brain shifts into a different state. It goes from being overwhelmed with stress to being open and receptive to new ideas. This is called the alpha brainwave state, and it's where you're most creative, focused, and productive. In this state, you're not just thinking more clearly, you're also more in tune with the opportunities that come your way. Take, for example, a time when you were trying to figure something out, but the more you thought about it, the more stuck you felt. Then you decided to take a walk, relax, or even just take a nap. And when you came back, the solution was right there in front of you. That's because your mind, when relaxed, naturally aligns with the flow of life. It's like the universe or life itself knows you're ready for the next step, and it presents it to you. This concept isn't just a nice idea, it's supported by science, too. Studies have shown that when people are relaxed, their brains are more likely to make connections and find solutions. So, when you let go of the tension, that's when you create space for new ideas to emerge and for your desires to unfold. The Stoics knew this well. They understood that the mind, when calm, is not just at peace, it's also powerful. Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." What he meant was that stress, worry, and anxiety cloud our judgment and prevent us from seeing things clearly. When you choose relaxation over stress, you're allowing yourself to see opportunities you might have missed before. This doesn't mean you should stop working hard or striving toward your goals. In fact, the Stoics encouraged diligence. But they also knew that relaxation and patience were just as important. By releasing the grip of constant effort, you allow yourself to work from a place of strength, clarity, and alignment. So, how can you practice this in your life? The first step is simple. Make relaxation a priority. Take regular breaks, meditate, or just spend time doing something you enjoy that takes your mind off your goals for a while. When you come back, you'll find that you approach challenges with a clear, calm, and open mind. And here's the most important part. When you relax, you're not giving up on your dreams. You're creating the right conditions for them to manifest. You're trusting the process. And most importantly, you're trusting yourself. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed or stuck, take a deep breath, relax, and remember, everything you want is already on its way. Just let go and let life flow. Number 4, the law of reverse effort. You've probably experienced it before. The harder you try to force something to happen, the more it seems to slip out of your control. Whether it's trying to fall asleep, make a sale, or even get someone to like you, the more effort you put into it, the less it seems to work. This is a powerful concept that the Stoics knew well. The law of reverse effort. Simply put, sometimes trying less is actually more effective than trying harder. Think about it for a moment. Have you ever found yourself desperately trying to achieve something, only to realize later that the moment you stopped stressing about it, things started to fall into place? That's no coincidence. In fact, this principle has deep roots in Stoic philosophy, and it can be a game changer when it comes to manifesting your desires. Let me explain with an example. Imagine a river flowing through a valley. The river doesn't struggle, it doesn't push, and it doesn't fight the rocks and obstacles in its way. It simply flows. The water doesn't force its way around the rocks. It goes around them, it finds the easiest path, and it continues forward without resistance. It's effortless, yet it eventually shapes the landscape. This is the mindset you should adopt when it comes to life. The Stoics taught that we should never force things to happen. Instead, we should take action. Yes, but we must do so with calm, patience, and acceptance of whatever comes our way. The more you struggle, the more you fight against life, the more resistance you create, and the less you will be able to manifest your desires. Think about your goals for a moment. We all have them, right? Whether it's a career goal, a relationship goal, or even something personal like self-improvement or inner peace. Sometimes we try so hard to make things happen that we inadvertently push them away. The stress, the anxiety, the constant push to control the outcome, it all blocks the natural flow of things. Instead of pushing for things to happen, the Stoics encourage us to work with the current, not against it. Focus on what's in your control, take thoughtful actions, and trust the process. When you relax and release the need to control every single outcome, you allow things to unfold naturally. And when they do, you'll see that success and fulfillment start to flow toward you without the same struggle you've been used to. A powerful example of this can be found in the life of Seneca, one of the most well-known Stoic philosophers. Seneca faced great challenges in his life, including being exiled from Rome and dealing with the political chaos of his time. But despite all of this, he never forced anything to happen. Instead, he took a step back, accepted his situation, and focused on his own thoughts and actions. He trusted that if he remained calm and focused, everything would eventually work out, and it did. Seneca's story teaches us that success comes not through frantic effort, but through calm and deliberate action. So, how can you start applying this law of reverse effort to your own life? First, take a moment to relax. The next time you feel yourself getting anxious or overwhelmed, pause, breathe deeply, then ask yourself, what can I control right now? What is in my power to change? Shift your focus from the things you can't control to the things you can. Once you do that, you'll find that you naturally start to see more opportunities, more solutions, and more of the things you desire flowing into your life. Remember, the more you try to force something, the harder it becomes to achieve. Instead, let go of the need for control, trust the process, and allow life to unfold in its own time. It's when you relax, stay present, and trust yourself that the world around you will begin to work in your favor. Now, take a moment to reflect. Are you struggling against the current of your life right now? What can you let go of to allow things to flow more effortlessly toward you? By shifting your approach, you'll find that everything you want, everything you're working toward, will start coming to you with ease. Number 5. Aligning with nature's flow. Imagine a river. The water flows smoothly, effortlessly, finding its way around obstacles, never forcing its path. Now picture yourself as that river. In life, we often try to force things, our career, relationships, success, thinking that if we push hard enough, we'll get what we want. But just like the river, we need to flow naturally, aligning with the world around us instead of fighting against it. Stoicism teaches us that true success comes not from pushing and struggling, but from understanding and accepting the flow of life. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, spoke about the importance of living in harmony with nature. He believed that nature has its own rhythm, its own flow, and that we, as part of it, must learn to move with it, not against it. When we do, everything falls into place. The Stoics believed that by surrendering to nature's flow, we can achieve everything we desire without the need for forceful effort. This doesn't mean we give up or stop working hard. On the contrary, it means we work with intention and focus, but we don't let ourselves become overly attached to the outcomes. We do our best and then let go. The results, the timing, they are not up to us. What is up to us is how we respond, how we move through the world with calmness and patience. Think about it, when you try too hard to control everything, when you stress over every small detail, you're fighting against the current. But when you let go of that need to control every little thing, you allow yourself to relax and open up to new possibilities. It's like you're surrendering to the current, trusting that it will take you exactly where you need to go. In the natural world, everything happens in its own time. The trees don't rush to grow, the flowers don't hurry to bloom, and the sun doesn't rush to set. They all follow their own pace, and they trust that the timing will be right. And so should you. Trust that the universe or life itself has its own timing and rhythm. You don't have to force things to happen. Instead, focus on what you can control, your actions, your attitude, your mindset, and let the rest unfold naturally. This isn't about being passive. It's about being patient. It's about working with purpose, staying consistent, but letting go of the stress and the need to force the outcome. And when you do that, things begin to come together in ways you never expected. The right opportunities, the right people, the right circumstances, they all start to appear when you align yourself with the natural flow of life. You see, when you're fighting against the current, you're exhausted. But when you're in the flow, there's ease. Everything just makes sense. That's when you start to manifest the things you want, not because you're struggling, but because you're allowing the universe to work with you, not against you. So, take a moment today to step back. Look at your life, your goals, your ambitions. Are you forcing things, stressing over outcomes, or are you allowing life to unfold at its own pace? Start relaxing, start letting go, and just like the river, trust that the flow of life will take you where you need to go. This is the secret of the Stoics. Success, happiness, fulfillment. It all comes when you stop fighting and start flowing. Number 6. Cultivating an unshakable mindset. You know, sometimes we all get caught up in the rush. We get so focused on what we want to achieve that it feels like we're sprinting uphill, struggling to reach the top. But here's the truth. The most successful people aren't the ones who work the hardest. They're the ones who can stay calm and collected, no matter what happens. They know how to relax and let life come to them. Let's talk about a mindset shift. Relaxation is not about doing nothing. It's not about sitting back and waiting for success to fall into your lap. No, relaxation in Stoic philosophy is about mastering your mind, about being in control of your emotions and thoughts. It's about approaching challenges with a clear, focused mind, not one clouded by stress and frustration. Think about this for a moment. Have you ever been in a situation where you were too anxious, too worked up to think straight? Maybe it was a tough decision at work or a challenging conversation with a loved one. In those moments, our thoughts are scattered, our reactions are impulsive, and we often make decisions we regret. But when you stay calm, when you master your mindset, everything changes. One of the Stoic philosophers, Seneca, once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." And how true is that? We spend so much time worrying about what might happen, what could go wrong, that we lose sight of the present moment. But when we let go of that constant mental chatter and allow ourselves to relax, we see things clearly. We realize that the things we're stressing about are often out of our control, and what really matters is how we respond. Now, let's get practical for a second. How do you actually start cultivating this unshakable mindset? It's not about trying to be perfect or pretending everything's fine when it's not. It's about being aware of your thoughts, understanding what's in your control, and letting go of what isn't. Start small. Every day, take 5 minutes to check in with yourself. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and just observe your thoughts. Don't judge them, just watch them come and go. This practice helps you gain more control over your reactions and emotions. It teaches you that you don't need to react to everything that happens around you. You can choose your response. Another powerful practice is amor fati, which means love of fate. This is about accepting everything that happens to you, whether good or bad, as part of your journey. It's about embracing challenges as opportunities to grow rather than obstacles in your way. When you practice amor fati, you stop fighting against life and start flowing with it. You begin to understand that setbacks are just stepping stones toward your ultimate success. There's a powerful story about a martial artist who said, "I don't strike. The punch strikes itself." At first, this might sound strange, but what he meant was that true mastery comes from being so calm, so relaxed, that everything you do happens effortlessly. Your actions become instinctive, natural, and effective. This is the kind of mindset you want to cultivate. A mind that's calm yet razor sharp, relaxed yet powerful. So how do you build this mindset? First, remember, relaxation doesn't mean laziness. It's about being at ease with yourself, trusting that things will unfold as they're meant to. Second, don't rush. Success comes when you're patient and present in the moment. And third, practice every day. The more you practice relaxing your mind, the more natural it will become. It's not about forcing success, but allowing it to come to you, knowing that you are always in control of how you respond. As you continue on your journey, remember this: relaxation is power. The more you relax and trust the process, the more you'll find that everything you desire comes to you effortlessly. How to implement this in your life? Now that we've discussed the power of relaxation and how it ties into Stoic philosophy, let's talk about how you can actually implement these ideas into your daily life. You might be thinking, okay, sounds good in theory, but how do I actually start? Well, let me walk you through it. First, stop forcing success. It's so easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you need to hustle 24/7 to get what you want. But the truth is, the harder you try to force things, the more resistance you create. Think of it like trying to swim against the current. You might put in a lot of energy, but you're just making the journey harder. Instead, focus on taking small, meaningful steps each day toward your goals, without obsessing over the outcome. This is what Stoics call living according to nature. When you stop forcing things, you align with the natural flow of life and success starts to come to you. Let go of what you can't control. There are so many things in life that are out of our hands. Your past, other people's actions, and even the future, these are things you can't control. But you know what you can control? Your reactions. You can control your mindset and how you respond to the challenges life throws your way. This is where the Stoics teach us an important lesson. Focus on what you can control and let go of everything else. When you stop worrying about things you can't change, you free up space to focus on what matters. Trust in the timing of things. We live in a world where everything moves fast. We want things to happen immediately, and when they don't, we panic. But here's the thing. Not everything happens when we want it to, and that's okay. Life has its own timing, and rushing through it only causes stress. The Stoics believed in accepting the timing of things as part of nature's process. This doesn't mean being passive, but rather trusting that everything will unfold in the right moment. When you relax and trust this timing, your path becomes much clearer. Work with focused intent but stay relaxed. Doing things with purpose and focus is key to achieving anything worthwhile. But it's also important to stay relaxed while doing it. You don't need to be constantly stressed or tense to get results. In fact, when you're calm and centered, you make better decisions and approach problems with more clarity. The Stoics believed in working with intention but not allowing the work to consume you. When you're relaxed, your mind stays sharp and your efforts become more effective. Master your mindset. Relaxation is power. Finally, let's talk about mindset. A lot of times, the reason we struggle is because our minds are cluttered with fear, doubt, and anxiety. But relaxation isn't just about physical rest. It's about clearing your mind and focusing on what truly matters. When you master your mindset and learn to stay calm under pressure, you're more likely to succeed in the long run. This isn't just a passive thing, it's an active choice. Every time you choose relaxation over stress, you gain more control over your life and attract the outcomes you want. By applying these Stoic principles in your life, you'll start to see a shift. Relaxing isn't about giving up or being lazy. It's about finding peace in the process and trusting that everything will come when you're ready for it. So take a deep breath, trust yourself, and start manifesting the life you want, without all the stress. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you for sticking with me. The power to manifest everything you want is within you, and now you have the tools to make it happen. If this video has helped you, I'd love for you to hit the like button. It really helps others find this content. And if you're ready to keep unlocking your potential with more Stoic wisdom, don't forget to subscribe. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Also, drop a comment below and let me know, what's the one thing you're going to stop forcing and start letting flow? I'm excited to hear your thoughts, and I'll be responding to as many comments as I can. Stay calm, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next video.